You're listening to Amazing Radio. This is Amazing Afternoons. Delighted to say that Laura and Jay from Aelius Festival are on the line with me right now. How you doing, guys?
Very well, thank you so much.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Thanks so much for jumping on. You've got a new alternative festival happening very soon. In the 6th of April is when it's kicking off. And I'd like to know more about it. So if you wouldn't mind, one of you just take the lead and tell us a little bit about it, how this event came about.
Yes, so we have Aelius Alternative Festival, which is a celebration of alternative music and comedy within Newcastle upon Tyne. And we love the Eusburn Valley a lot, but in the last few years, there hasn't been so much in the inner city around Central Station area. And what we're doing is we're celebrating a lot of the independent venues, such as Mosaic Tap, Head of Steam, The Globe, by having live music and comedy take place there. And it's a way of putting something that's really accessible for everyone, both sides of the Tyne. I mean, with Gateshead, you've only got to cross the Red Youth Bridge and you're virtually there. And for anyone in Newcastle, you then have the station links, the metro links, the bus links. Every venue is within 10-minute walk of each other. And just a way of celebrating the independent venues, the incredible artists that the Northeast has, but also artists from further afield in Scotland and Wales as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. It sounds incredible. And I think you're right. It is something that perhaps the city centre has been missing in the last couple of years. Am I right in thinking that you guys already work in this kind of world? So you know the venues, you know some of the acts already. Laura, what is it about, this opportunity which made you want to step up, and do things on this slightly larger scale?
I think being able to give these artists a bit more of a step up and also bringing them together, a big motivator for the festival was to bring a community together and to have us work together with other businesses, not just in Newcastle, but also, for example, in Manchester. We're working with Name Academy in Sunderland to give some of their students a stage as well. And that's, I think, for me, a big motivator to just bring people together, bring artists together, bring venues together, have us all work together.
Yeah, why not? Indeed. Now, it's something you see quite a lot in festivals in fields. You sometimes see the comedy tent. Why was it important for you guys to have a comedy representation at this festival?
I think that apart from the festivals that take place outside, such as Lindisfarne, the only other festival in a city that we noticed, I think, was Last Train Home in Darlington, which I think has a comedy stage. And other than that, it's the case that the Northeast has so many fantastic festivals, whether that's in a city or by the coast or in Sunderland and the Teesside area. But the one thing we noticed was that it was all just music. And so we wanted to be quite broad with that word alternative and to very much make it music and comedy, give attendees as much entertainment as we can all in one place. And so it's a way of broadening up the sort of entertainment factors. And I think something that I end up saying to a lot of people as well is like two things that the UK is good at and can be proud of, as its contribution to the world stage, is music and comedy. Like, it's the two things that the UK on but both a present and historical level is incredible at. And so it's a way of also celebrating that.
Yeah, and I just, when I was looking through the website as well, I guess it all comes down from a punter's point of view of how much it's going to cost them. And this is really, really cheap as well, isn't it? At the moment, you can get a ticket from as little as £17, and that would give you access to all the venues. Am I right in thinking there? And you would be free to roam about?
Yeah, so it gives you access to the whole day, all the venues. And I think that's exactly what we said earlier, accessibility. We wouldn't want to start a new festival and instantly try and we need to build that trust with the people that are looking to buy tickets. So in this way, people will be able to get a ticket and hopefully enjoy the whole festival, the whole day. It's a jam-packed program. So
Yeah, it's absolutely jam-packed. How do you go through deciding who you want to play at the festival? Do you kind of hit up all your favorite artists or artists you've worked with before and then see who's available? Or, are you working with people for the first time as well?
It's very difficult. If there was an unlimited amount of stages and unlimited time and unlimited budget, there would be so many artists on there. But of course, there's always us reminding ourselves that there's future years as well. We can't just put everyone that we love on the first year. Otherwise, it would be very hard to then follow up in later years. A lot of it is people that we know, that we love. We love their recorded music as well as their live shows. But there's also a healthy dose of people from further afield. So the Northern Academy of Music Education in Sunderland, they've got two of their artists who are playing, which I think is Camel Island and Ruby Kelly. We have the Platform Groover, who are French-based, and they've selected an artist from, I think there must have been about 150, 200 submissions, and that was whittled down to a short list and selected there. So an artist called Gemma Gates. We have 3 Secret Sofa Sounds artists. So we have a mix of people that we personally love and we've put on for shows before, and we know that they'll have a fantastic live set, combined with some people who we haven't seen before, who have come through as recommendations from other people or selected by other people. So we also get to see some new artists, as well as introducing other gig goers. And of course, all the other artists who are playing can also then meet and hopefully strike up new friendships with other artists as well.
Yeah, I think that's important because I've spoke to a lot of artists over the last couple of years here on Amazing Afternoons, and they say that the best shows, the best festivals in particular, are the festivals, the smaller indie ones that are put on by people who love certain kinds of music or certain, with like-minded people, ended up getting like-minded people on to perform. And those kind of festivals stick with the artists, and then if they end up growing, they will in turn grow with the festival itself. I think it's quite important what you're trying to do there, and I've heard evidence of that working for other people. But how ambitious are you with this festival? You've mentioned that you want to keep some back for future years. I mean, bigger inner city festivals, we've got one coming up in the next couple of months. I think the Great Escape's probably the biggest one in the UK of its type. But you're working with a lot of breaking bands. Would you ideally have, in 10 years' time, have the Great Escape of the North, if you like, happening at Aelius Festival?
I mean, why not? But currently we're just focusing on this year and focusing on adding a few venues, hopefully next year, maybe a bigger comedy stage, some more partners, some more other people to work with. But yeah, I don't think we're looking at 10 years' time just yet, but I would never say never.
Yeah, I think there's lots of potential though, and I think one of the things we're particularly keen to do is to work with other festivals as well. We're very big believers in collaboration, not competition, and so even at Elias, we've invited other festival organisers to come along, and if they want to give out flyers and posters for their upcoming festivals as well, then it's the same thing. That ultimately it's great for the artists and it's great for people that attend and make these events what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone's listening right now and they want to come along to Elias Festival, where's the best place to go and get those wristbands?
So the tickets are available from Off Axis Tours and from fatsummer.com. And we're going to have wristband exchange at the Globe. It's going to be a full day. We start at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think we'll be opening from about 2:00 so that people can pick up their wristbands. We're going to have comedy on quite early, as in it's going to be from around 3 till 6 at the Fort Hotel on Pink Lane. So that's going to be great as well as an additional venue. And then we're going to be going until around, 11?
11 for the
artists.
Live music,
yes.
And then there is a official after party until 3 a.m. So for anyone that really wants to make a big thing of it, then we have a goth DJ at the Globe downstairs, and then upstairs there will be a 1950s rock and roll playlist packed with the likes of Elvis Presley, Little Richards, The Big Bopper, those classics.
It's amazing. It sounds absolutely incredible. I think, and I wish you all the best for this new venture, because I think, you're catering for a lot of people and you're also representing a lot of emerging music as well. So I think our audience will appreciate that. Laura and Jay from Aelius Festival, thank you very much for joining us here on Amazing Afternoons.
Thank you so much.